Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. All right. Looks like we're all set. Hey Topulus. Just noticed how good's my hair after a shower. Looking sharp today. Wowee. Morning celery. Morning foxolotl. Thanks Adam Stevens for following, champion. Let's zoom in on Wolfgar, son of Bjorngar. Well, look, celery, whilst you may have been busy, so have I. And I'll give you a bit of an update on how things are going with the project in a short moment. What I will say is that it's going well. So here's Wolfgar. My sculpting came out alright. I was just doing a few bits and pieces on him. Here's Bruenor Battlehammer. So he's who I'm going to start working on tonight, or keep working on tonight. Cattibrie. Regis. Drizzed. And the base, I'm not bringing the base down, but it's going okay. That's awesome, mate. I'm glad you're getting to catch one live. I hope it's at a reasonable time for you, champion. I'll just see if this is still showing. No, that's a fucking very different piece. Stand by, I'll get you a picture of it. Copy image. This is before I actually painted drizzed. Browser properties. Match fixer. There we go. That's where we're up to. Where are you based, Adam? How good's that Deno excited face for an emoji, eh? What are they calling this thing? I fucking can't remember. It's a good face though. Yeah, so that's the diorama. It's going along pretty nicely. Oh, it must be early morning for you, champion, so I appreciate you being up and about, watching the stream. Good for you. Morning, Sharkwold. You cheesebag yourself. So yes, I'm comfortable with the progress now. So he's basically... Oh, g'day, Capzelios. He is pretty close to done, actually. I'm not going to do too much more to him, I don't think. I've just got to add a few more shadows in a few spots, and maybe add a few nuances with some airbrush colours maybe. I might tweak this a little bit too, actually. But he's pretty much done, so that's exciting. Regis is in a similar boat. He's pretty much done as well, I think. Actually, I want to add a bit of blue. Let's add a bit of blue. G'day, Paul. Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. Turnip farmers. Classics. I don't think I'll be going too heavy on specular highlights, mate, on Wolfgar the Barbarian. First of all, he's right at the back of the scene, so nobody's going to be looking at him. Second of all, no. He doesn't oil himself up. Alright, I think Regis is pretty close to done too. So that's 2 down. Four to go. So I want to try and knock over Bruenor and Cattibrie tonight. See if we can finish them both off. And the plan for tomorrow will be, when I'm not on stream, I'm going to do my snow on my base. G'day, Kelsicle. What's happening? Oh, this is a good view, isn't it? One of your best, Tenno. You fucking peanut. There we go. Bruenor. Battlehammer. I just need to check the position of his axe. Yes, I am indeed. I bought an AK Interactive for the snow. I would have liked to have used Crycell snow, but no fucker sells it in Australia, and I'm not particularly interested in waiting 2 months before I get my product. So I bought this from my local hobby shop because they had it on the shelf, and this looks pretty cool actually. I'll just turn the brightness down so you can actually see what the fuck's happening in there. So yeah, really fine detailed snow there, so quite puffy looking. So the plan is going to be, I bought a snow paste. It's called micro balloons, man, I don't know. No clue. So we'll do the snow paste mixed in with some water effects. So it's wet. Then we're going to airbrush over the top and shit. That's my plan anyway. Topulus, don't be an idiot, mate. Do you know how far away Australia is from everything? Like, come on now. Come on now. Oh, I also did this today. This is cool. Well, not really cool. It's actually pretty shit, but I did the little standard for his cup, for his shield. Alright, how am I going to do this since I fucking straighten it? Oh look, Kelsicle, I do dabble a little bit in all sorts of things. I have done some 32mm. If you go back a few weeks, I did a Blood Bowl team. But yeah, most of the stuff that I paint is this larger scale because that's what I like to do. So that's probably what you'll see me streaming most of the time. and I do stupid projects like this one. I actually really like the G-Dub snow effects, believe it or not. Like there was a moment when I was considering using the snow effects from G-Dub and just buying like 5 pots of it. And then I thought, you know, I'm not really sure that's a wise investment of my financial resources. So I did not. But it is a good product, the G-Dub snow, really good. I've used it several times. So yes, it's been a good day today. Beautiful Monday. Spend the day at work. Glorious. Yeah, they're actually a genuinely good product. So, but yeah, just a bit expensive. That's okay. And they're also not like expensive and value for money. You know, they're expensive, and they're also expensive in terms of how much you get. The Vallejo snow paste that I get is one container that's about 3 times the size of a single pot of a Grelin Earth or the snow stuff, and it cost me $15. My day job, I am a sales and operations manager for a retail business. Which is less exciting than it sounds. G'day, Voodoo. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear. Excellent. It's Dino, you're making this look fucking so easy, champion. Yeah, I do some of those things, but I'm mostly focused on driving sales, coaching, that sort of stuff. Alright, so let's just make sure he fits in. Look at that. So good, like I bought one. Good work, Dino. One of your best. Alright. I work for a tyre company. Very good company to work for. I've been there 17 years. Long time. Let's do some Bruenor Battle Hammer. Bruenor Battle Hammer. It is indeed. No, they've been awesome to work for. Done a variety of jobs. Creep away, mate. That's what we're here for. G'day, Faz. How you going with your book, champion? Yes, I fixed the axe. That's a very broad question. The colours I use to airbrush with are usually based on whatever sort of atmosphere I'm trying to achieve, but it also depends what I'm doing with the airbrush. So sometimes I do base coats with the airbrush, sometimes I do colours where I tweak and add glazes, sometimes I do airbrush stuff where I'm adding highlights or shadows. Sometimes I do it just to smooth out blends. So each of those different things requires a different approach with the airbrush. Hey, Lord Shader. So one of the things I was looking at with Bruenor when I was just reviewing my work the other day was I didn't feel like we had enough of a contrast between the armour. The armour plates were pretty cool, right? But there was not enough contrast, and I think by adding these darker lines here, we're going to get a little bit more interest in looking at him. That's my plan. He is indeed Capzelios. He is leaning on a rock. He's got his arm up against a rock face, like a cool guy. Here, I'll just show you. There you go. I did. I made, well, I jammed lots of things onto it. So I guess you could say I made it. I did, yeah. I've put together all these models and come up with the concept of the diorama. This is all made up from my imagination, based on characters from my favourite book story, but don't know, mate. I mean, we all in the chat. We can all thank Topulus for this work. Usually, I go into a project with one of a few things. I either go in with an idea about what I want the model to look like, or I go in with a piece of artwork that I like the colours for, or I go in with the intent to do something X, Y, Z that I want to try. In this instance, I did none of those, other than I wanted to have a diorama set in Icewind Dale with the dudes, and that's about as far as I got. We actually organically had Topulus tell us how to do it in the chat. So I haven't actually got a show and tell for tonight. I'm waiting on a few things to rock up. Oh, actually, I did. What? There was something I was going to show. No, I already showed that on the last stream. So yeah, I don't have any specific show and tell stuff for tonight. Although I had my friend Gavin come over Saturday, and he came to check out a few of the models I've painted recently. So I've actually got them all still sitting up above me. So if there's any you want to see of the stuff I've painted over the last few, whatever this time period is, I'm happy to show any of it off. So if there's one that you want to see from my Instagram or from my Twitter that I've painted in the last couple of months, it's sitting up there. Sure do. Boom. G'day, Kung Fu. Here we go. She's still not glued into her thing. So. She was fun. We painted her fully on stream, so you can see every part of that process. Thank you. It's Party Monday. I like a lot of things about this model. Ended up being really happy with it. I think he does, but there is a couple of guys in the UK that do it as well, mate. So, you know, you could just use one of them instead of getting wood shipped across the world. It's just fucking wood, mate. Seriously. Oh, Glorfindel! He's from Lord of the Rings. He's one of the elves. He was king of the elves, I think, wasn't he? Glorfindel? Fuck, that's going back a while. My favourite of my recent projects. Oh, tricky question. I really liked Wind Rider, but I actually think my favourite thing I've done is the dude coming out of the Realm Gate, Maddox, the barbarian. I actually think he's the most Deno thing I've done, like the thing I feel like exhibits the type of painter I am the best. No, Lee Pace's character wasn't Glorfindel. That was oh shit, was it? In The Hobbit? I don't remember. I was thinking of Celebron, Galadriel's husband, who was not Lee Pace. That was another dude. Thranduil, there you go. Yeah, and I think Glorfindel was from, I'm going back here a while, I think he's from like the Silmarillion. He was a character from earlier in the history. Yeah, there's lots of shit going on in Tolkien, seriously. We had when I worked for Games Workshop, we actually had the Lord of the Rings strategy battle game get released whilst I was working for them. It was awesome. We went and watched the first all three of the movies at the cinemas. They booked out a cinema for us to watch all of them, which was mad. And we had heard about the strategy battle game before it got released, obviously. And mate, they were absolutely ruthless on us. You weren't allowed to put fucking Lord of the Rings boxes on the same shelf as your Games Workshop boxes and shit, because they didn't want to be commingling the products. Because we'd signed this massive deal with Lord of the Rings IP, and they were like, you're not allowed to sell your own products as a result of this, by the way. You're not allowed to just use this to promote your products. And it's like, what the fuck else would we sign this shit for, you dickheads? Like, seriously. So that was cool, but we had to get everyone up to speed on Lord of the Rings. So we did a whole bunch of like little quizzes as a store, or a bunch of stores, to try and get up to speed on on Lord of the Rings. It was good fun. So I've been doing some interesting stuff with this guy. I haven't done any gold items at all in here. And I feel like that's the right approach for this guy with his character. Because he's not really a dude who has displays his wealth all that much. So I think he is pretty wealthy. Ah, g'day White Wolf. Sorry, didn't get a notification, mate. That was probably my fault. I'm sure I would have done something wrong. Cool. Yeah, I was there Friday, picked up my snow. Had a good old chat to Johnny. He actually hit me up to teach a class again. So that'll probably happen soon. No, I was singing that, you remember from, oh fuck it, I'll just put a link in the chat rather than try and explain it. Oh, shit.
Ignite?
Oh, Chum Dabs. G'day, mate. G'day, Gallo Fire. How are you? Yeah, absolute classic. Classic, that song. I can't stop singing it. It's stuck in my head for days. Oh. Oh, thanks Kung Fu. What a champion. I'm also loving this guaf, mate. Love a guaf. Oh, see you, Kelskill. Thanks for jumping on, champion. I straightened it. I caved at peer pressure. I regret it. Guy should be able to have a bendy axe if he wants to, eh? Ah, thanks, Capzilios. That's tremendous. Good luck, mate. I hope you win that chick that's sitting up there. I hope you win her. Mind you, I hope everyone wins her. He's not that giant, mate. You know what I'm getting into at the moment? I don't know why. It's so bizarre. But because I've been on Twitch, right? Every time I get on Twitch to have a look at, you know, stream stuff and when I'm going to set up for my next shit or whatever, there's always all these ASMR channels popping up on my stream. It's so fucking weird, right? But I can't stop watching them. It's just people holding like books and tapping the books right beside one side of a microphone, then tapping on the other fucking side, and then going boop, 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 and just shit like this. There's one chick I was watching last night for like 20 minutes, and she's got ear-shaped microphones, right? On opposite ends of a microphone, one left audio, one right audio, and she's fucking licking the ears, like. It was fucking wild. It's like, why? Why are you doing that? I couldn't stop watching. It was fantastic. So anyway, I'm going to get into a bit of ASMR, guys. I'm into it. You wait. It's going to be the best. Big dinner. I'm going to load up my stream. Be like, let's talk about painting toy soldiers. I really like toy soldiers. Just weird shit like that. I reckon it'd be great. What do you reckon? I don't understand it though, eh? But I love watching it. There's this one dude, and I don't know what his go is, but his stream is literally just him getting massaged. Him getting massaged on Twitch. It's fucking, it looks so good. It's just, but he's like, this is my, welcome to my ASMR, here's me getting massage. And it's like, mate, how is this relaxing, champion, for me? I mean, it does look relaxing. Actually, it does sound relaxing too, because they're making like noises. It's unreal. So yeah, I'm doing it. We're going straight into ASMR. We'll give it a try tonight. I'll get one of those ear lick microphones. It'll be so good. Who's in? Are you all in with me? Good. Since you can't respond, I'm going to assume that you are. Chum dabs. No, mate, you haven't missed too much, except for, you know, the entirety of this diorama. Me completely finishing that Baba Yaga. Some absolutely incredible stories. There were some classic stories that you missed, like you genuinely did miss some good stories. Or were you here? Were you here for one of those, Chum Dabs? Were you here for the Potsy story, the Pete LeBlanc? Oh, mate, have you missed out? It's on my YouTube somewhere. I don't remember the specific episode. Yeah. Someone who was in the chat on that night will be able to confirm for me that it is a great story. Come on, chat, don't let me down. Tell Chum Dabs how funny it was. Fuck. Alright, evidently wasn't that funny, Chum Dabs. You didn't miss fuck all. G'day, Captain Carp. None of us have missed you, pal. No, that's not true. I was thinking to myself, fuck, I haven't seen Chum Dabs in a while the other day. And then you sent me a message yesterday on my Facebook page. I was like, oh, the guy's not dead. Good for him. He's just had enough of watching me paint little toy soldiers. And who can blame you, really, mate? Who can blame you? Not I. No, I wouldn't be in the guy. Much as I tease him, he's a good dude. Good dude. Don't tell him I said that. I've actually got a story. It's story time. Although this one is probably not at the same calibre as some of the other ones we've had, but I played touch football for many years at quite a high level, and I played it in a competition that had some really world-class players, people that played for Australia and competed internationally for touch football, and they were hyper competitive guys, right? Really competitive. And so we were, I played for 20, 25 years, whatever, when I was about 14 through to only a couple of years ago. So this particular night, I started, touch footy is awesome. I started playing when I was 14 with my dad, and it was so good. Yeah, I played for Queensland, mate, when I was 18. I was a fucking jet. So I started playing with my dad, and my dad was in his late 30s, and I was 14. It was awesome. It's something I still remember to this day. Being able to look back and saying that I got to play some sports with my old man, which was cool. Anyway, so the team that I played in was a bit of an eclectic mixture. It was older guys like my dad and his mates, and then younger guys like their sons and stuff. It was like a father and son team. It was really, really cool to be a part of. So this one night, it was probably about 5, 6, 7 years after my dad had retired, and I was one of the senior players in the team because I'd been playing the whole time. And in this particular night, all of the dads, the other dads that were still playing, couldn't get along for the game. They had work stuff on. So it was me sort of leading the young guys around, which was awesome. But what was not awesome was we were playing against this this team of ex-Australian representatives who were super competitive, right? Like, one of the things about social sport, fuck me, you get some competitive fuckwits coming along. It's fucking so annoying sometimes. Just, come on, mate, it's just a fucking game. Have us chill. I promise the story's going somewhere, and I promise I'll explain why I just thought of the story. So this night we're playing against these ex-Australian guys, and one of the guys that I played with, he was like 15, 16. He was a big kid, but he was only really young. And these guys were really, really good at playing touch football, and also really, really good at the mental side of sports, which is niggling and getting under people's skin. So they picked the young kid, and they just started needling him all night. And so in my spare time, I also did some refereeing. So I know how hard the refereeing is, and I don't often criticise refs or talk much about refs or whatever. But this one night, the referee was just he just was not watching what was happening, or maybe these guys were just good at hiding what they were doing. But they kept coming up and pushing the kid and giving him a bit more stick than was perhaps necessary. And whilst I was on the sideline, one of these guys ran up, and in touch, you're just supposed to touch someone, right? And he punched this kid in the guts. The ref was about 3 metres away and did nothing. And I was on the sideline. The poor kid came off. He was in tears. He could barely stand up. And so the reason I'm telling this story is because I fucking hate bullies, right? And it's weird because a lot of people might call me a bully. I probably go too far sometimes, but I hate it when people pick on people that are weaker than them. It's got me into a lot of trouble in my life, really. So this poor kid, like I saw red. So what I did was I subbed on for him. I was on the sideline. I subbed on, and I lined the guy up who punched him. And the next time he got the ball, I hit him like a freight train. I came in from about 20 metres out at full pace, and full pace is pretty quick, and I just dropped the shoulder and hit him fair in the sternum, and the fucking guy was back on his back, like he went horizontal in midair, like slow motion backwards, before he landed on the ground. And I did. I gave it to him. So the guy got up and started throwing haymakers at me, and I just said, don't fucking pick on little kids, and just stood there and got punched in the face a few times. And I got sent from the field, and he got sent from the field, and then the game finished, everyone was supposed to shake hands, so I went over to, shake everyone's hand, because I no hard feelings from me. So I went over to the guy and I said, oh yeah, tried to shake his hand. He's like, you're a fuckwit, mate. I said, you're the one who punched a kid, you idiot. So he threw a few more again, and started an all-in brawl, because everyone on my team had sort of been shocked about what happened, but then when they'd found out after the game, they'd heard what had happened, and they'd seen the little dude who was really upset, and they went apeshit. So all-in brawl. Anyway, so I got suspended from playing competitive touch football for 8 months. I wasn't allowed to play touch football anywhere in the world, anywhere in Australia or the world that was a registered competition. And the guy who had punched me, he got suspended for 2 years. But the reason I tell this story, as I said, I don't like people picking on those that are smaller than them. Everyone's smaller than me. Yeah. Get amongst it. My pace isn't too bad, mate. I still run most days. I went out for a run today. He was a really nice kid, that little dude, actually. Really liked him. His name was Matt. Matty. And yeah, his dad, because he was only 15 or 16 or whatever, his dad came up to me the next day and he just gave me a big hug. He said, thanks for looking out for my son. And yeah. When I say the next week, I mean the next time I saw him, which wasn't next week, because obviously wasn't allowed to play. No, I mean, I try to learn from my mistakes. Thanks, Zag the Mighty. And I think I tease people a bit these days, like just good-natured ribbing. But I don't think I take it too far, and maybe when I was younger I might have. So, I'm doing a big diorama, Zag. Thank you for stopping by. This is what the diorama's looking like at the moment. Well, that's actually progressed even more since then. That was taken on Sunday or Saturday or whenever. So here's the barbarian. Basically done. Thank you. A little halfling. Bloop, 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 bloop. Playing my lute. Looty boy. And the Dark Elf Ranger, who's still a work in progress, obviously. And Cattibrie, and so these are the two I'm working on tonight. I'm going to try and finish both of them off tonight. We'll see. See how we go. Yes, so thus ends my story time. Could be, mate. Yeah, I commented on that. I just got out of the shower, mate, because I went for a run. I got out of the shower and I just fucking went like that with my towel, and then I don't care what I look like, mate. I don't even look at myself. So, mate, I was full on in my War Machine days. Well, I had a podcast, Paul, and fuck me, we used to give it to each other on the podcast. Ah, yes. Cool. Thanks, Chum Dabs, mate. I appreciate that. Fortunately, I was there Friday, so I got in before you. Sucked in. I have a bit of a challenging time with this model. And the reason I say that is I really like the model. I really like all the detail. But if I spent a shit ton of time doing all the detail on this model, it would take up a significant chunk of time that I could spend painting other models. For my diorama or for whatever else. It's the eternal struggle. How much time do you invest into these things? Oh, Gav! What fucking did Gav film? That guy couldn't organise a route in a brothel, mate, I'm telling you. That's true, Topulus. It's not far off. Do, 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 do. I hope. Oh, I reckon it'll happen this week. I reckon we'll see it this week. Because if I don't, I might cry. I hear you, friends. I hear you. But it'll be fine. It'll turn up. I don't know if the FedEx is gonna be like quicker than normal postage, because everything else at the moment's taking two months for me. So if it's gonna be 2 months, boy oh boy, we got some projects to fill the time up. But if it's just going to be like FedEx times, it might be here in a week or two. Yeah. That's what I expect as well. So I haven't cleared this yet, but I'm gonna do it because I'm the man. But yeah, I'm doing a sort of a box art for a company called Rainer Roger Miniatures. For their Kickstarter that's coming out later in the month. So that is also on its way to me at the moment, and if we are lucky, I haven't actually asked permission yet, but I'm going to try and do it on stream, so you guys will see me do a box art on stream. Oh, Shark World, please. It's the only fucking thing my girlfriend's been talking about for the last 3 days. She's sitting there watching it right now. Oh. It's a fucking disaster. I've never painted a model car, no. I'd like to. I'd like to do a model car. I set myself a goal this year of doing lots of different stuff that I could take to Queensland Model Hobby Expo. I want to do like a model plane and a tank and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you guys probably saw. Arnie, I did a model with a car. Loved it. I'll see if I can find it real quick. It was pretty great. Oh shit, he's number 3 now. Fuck, well deserved. Well deserved. He is easily in my top few painters at the moment. Here is Arnau's version of a model car. I love it. Jan's actually painting that model right now, aren't you, Jan? Yeah. It's pretty great. Yep. Arnau Lazaro did it indeed. March 85th. It's because Deno can't type, Paul. Because he's an absolute fuckwit, mate. There you go. I love this guy's painting so much. Oh, Draxy! Hey, mate. We're just looking at a piece of work from Arnau. Hot dog bun, g'day. Ms. Amargo, I do personal coaching, but only here. Sharkworld, what would you like me to sing? Drax, people can make me sing, and they always wait for raiders to come in before they say, you have to sing this song. So, they're dickheads. Oh, you gotta ask before you give me a song, mate. I don't even know that song, legitimately. I'll give you a free pass. I'm giving out a lot of free passes recently. I'm letting people have second cracks at the cherry. So, g'day Asmodai 1973. This is the diorama that I'm working on at the moment, friends. So that is where we're up to. I'm going to continue painting this. That's Wolfgar. He's all finished. Well, for the moment. But I'm working on Bruenor tonight. Bruenor Battlehammer. Alright, Sharkwold. Come on, mate. Gotta pick a different one. If you don't pick, I'll be choosing. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud and women warm. I've been kicked around since I was born. Yeah, it's alright. You can't stay. You can't look the other way. We can try to understand New York Times effect on a man. When your brother away, your mother is staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. Football with the fever on the dance floor. There you go. Good get, mate. Good get. Wait for a raid of like 100 people and then fucking get Deno to sing. Love your work. One of your best. Just so you know, mate, I'll remember this. One day I'll have my just desserts. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's all fun, mate. As long as people get a laugh out of it, that's all that matters. Oh, fuck, I missed this little one. Oh, and this little one too. What an idiot. So how'd you go, Draxy? Did you end up fixing up that shit blue colour you were painting? Looked awful, mate. Looked absolutely terrible. How the fuck do you guys do what you were doing, by the way, and have like 3 people chatting away? What is it? What is the technique behind that magic stuff? Oh, I reckon I'd have to stream on a Saturday morning again for Miniac to raid. He's only streaming Friday nights. Oh, that's cool. It's like a voice Discord, is it? Yeah, I've seen those. I'm not much of a Discord user. My friends have a Discord that they use a lot for their games, but I'm not really hip and jive when it comes to games. But yeah, we used to use Discord when we played in my Blood Bowl league, so that was fun. But how do you actually get? Was that you on there, Wampa? Hang on, I'm just going to look in my thing right here. Audio input catcher. Is it? No, audio output capture. I might try. Add your computer audio as an input source. Huh. Mic auxiliary. Right. Come on, Wampa. Come on, mate. Oh, I definitely know an Elvis song. I just got to think about one that I can remember the lyrics to. I don't know if I know. I don't know if I know too many like the actual. What's that one? These things about. As soon as I remember the lyrics to it, as soon as I remember the song, it's about male. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You said you was high class, well that was just a lie. Yes, you were high class. Now I was thinking of return to sender, address unknown, no such number. I remember that song. That was a good song. I liked it. Come on, Wampa. Why are you making me sing, mate? Why are you making me sing? I reckon I'll be able to do that. I might see if I can get my mate Gavin to come on to Discord and have a chat on stream. That'd be a bit of fun. Well, that's cool, mate. Cool to know you get on there and have a chat. Good for you, pal. And I suppose over audio people can't see that you're bald, can they? Yeah, Gav will definitely absolutely tear me to ribbons. The guy has made a living out of ripping me to shreds. So maybe I won't be getting Gavin on. I shan't be getting Gavin on. Gav will tell you some stories about the very first WTC trip we went on. That was a cracker. So I was over in an advisory capacity. So I had my video camera and I was recording everything for everyone, which was great. And Gav was on a tear that time. Absolute tear. G'day Flick, by the way. Just saw you then, mate. How you going? What's happening in the world of Flickster? Maybe I can get you on thing. Discord. Maybe you could chat. I think we're going okay on this diorama. It's one of those weird ones though where I'm not sure how I feel about it because it doesn't feel like my work at the moment. Which sounds a bit dumb because obviously it is my work. But I just mean it doesn't feel like one of my pieces because it's so different color palette. It's probably a good thing, really. I am enjoying it. Like I think it's showing my development as a painter. Yeah, I think the snow is going to be a real turning point. If the snow works and we can start putting shadows and gluing models down, I think that'll help motivate me around what's happening. Let me clarify, I'm not disliking how it's going. I think it's really cool. It just doesn't feel like a work of mine, which is probably a cool thing, like probably something to be celebrated. Anyway, Flick, we were just talking earlier about how I'm going to start an ASMR channel. It's just going to be me licking microphones. It's going to be glorious. People have already said they're in for it. They're mad keen for the idea. So just get amongst it, mate. Get ready. Yes. That's my goal. Alright, I'm going to do something slightly different to what I normally do here, friends. So I've had, because this is a metal model, right? So the metal chips a little bit and it annoys me on his beard. So I'm actually going to varnish him with a Vallejo instead of using my normal varnish. And I find the Vallejo matte varnish gives a more satin finish. But because it's a bit thicker, we get a slightly better firmer sealant. Well, this is my bigger one. Look at, oh, you can see the reflection of my shirt. Fuck, I love metal. Look at that. You can see the reflection of my shirt in the metal. Party Monday, mate. Yeah, you can varnish shit as many times as you want. Shezaha. Thanks, mate. I normally varnish like 4 or 5 times, sometimes more during a paint job. Usually at the end of every session I'll give a bit of a varnish, but sometimes, like when I'm doing this. So this is quite a thick varnish, as you can see. But that's intentional because I want to actually create a sealant. Once this dries, I'll then do the AK over the top. Thanks, No Quee. That was probably 50-50. 50-50, I reckon. Just my mix, mate. My mix, which is 45% water, 45% thinner, 10% fly improver. So this will have a much firmer seal now, theoretically. But it is quite clearly not as matte as the AK Ultra. Serious question. Serious question. How do you feel about this? Yeah. There's a lot of elements I'm not happy with. This is my favourite bit. I like the sword, but I'm struggling with other elements. Yeah, the face is obviously not done. It's an interesting challenge because you're doing the reverse of what I normally do, which is a dark face. So to have that be a focal point is going to be really challenging. So I don't want to get too much into other colours, right? Because then the palette of the whole piece is going to change up. But maybe you're right. Maybe that is the go. I think what I need to do is change the wolf head to be a different colour, to be a brown instead of a grey. I was trying to keep everything very grey, but I think maybe a brown might be the go now. Just so we've got a separation between the head and the hair, the wolf head and the hair. I think this green colour that I used for this is not the right choice. I think I'm going to maybe turn that, I think I'm actually going to turn that into black, just have a whole lot of black stuff. And then I feel like I'm going to do bronze in a few other areas just to try and bring a different feel to the model. Yeah, so that's the cloak I'm fine with. I don't mind the cloak. It's not a focal point of the model, and when I do a few little highlights and some airbrush and shit, that'll be fine. That's not a bad idea, Flick. Not a bad idea. The only thing I'll say is that this is the viewing angle that we'll get most of the time, or most of the stuff. And I feel like he actually looks much better from that angle than he does from this angle. I don't know if it's because I've just focused more on getting all that up to speed, which is true, I have, or if the separation between the wolf and the hair is different from this angle. I'm not sure, but that feels like a better angle, and the model looks better from that angle than it does from this angle. Yeah, that's a cool idea. So I haven't yet done my yellow airbrush filter over this, which is what's given the other ones that really sunrise feeling, like the warm sun coming up over the horizon type of thing. So he hasn't had that yet. Yeah, I mean, this is nothing. I did 2 hours of work on him the other day, so nothing's done. Nothing's locked in stone. We may change it. I think the wolf fur definitely needs to be a brown. What I'm thinking, right? So imagine you live in a fucking snowy mountainous climate, right? You're not gonna fucking have brown wolves or brown pelts and shit, right? You're gonna have whites and greys because that's what colour the animals that live in that area is. So it just makes sense to me that all of the stuff be the same, but I'm not good enough to create as much separation as I would like. Maybe I haven't done a lot of work on the wolf, right? I've spent most of my time on the armour and the swords to try and get them up to speed, but maybe I just need to keep working with it and I can get a bit better sense of stuff. His face will be fine. I'll be able to do that, no problems. Because all I think he needs to do is get the eyes. I think as soon as you get the eyes in there, the face will lighten up. Yeah, I think you're right, Kung Fu. I think maybe just a bit of brown to break it up. Maybe like a spotted hyena sort of colours, like those rusty grey browns, will just create a nice contrast from the white hair. Because Drift's hair has to be pure white. He's a drow, so I'm probably going to take that white even brighter, like higher value. Then I'll do the yellow filter, and then I'll put little light highlights again. Because he's the model I'm least happy with at the moment. Cool. which is familiar. Appreciate that. Can you do me a massive favour? Can you just pop that message to me in a whisper so I remember to look it up? Anyone else that has a great suggestion like that, feel free to do the same. Because I hate having to trawl through chat thinking, oh fuck, someone said something really good and I forget what it was. I better look through 3 hours of fucking me painting and gibbering. Hey Snickson. I'm not sure either. I think there's a little thing up the top right of your Twitch stream. How do I do that, Tobes? That'd be cool to know. Alright. Thanks, Legend. I do have mods, but they never get on, mate. It's like Koki and Gav and GT. No actual mods. I'm the only mod I need, mate. Boom! Banhammer. Yeah, he came over. Oh, it's a funny story actually. He came over yesterday or Sunday. So Gav's a very reliable guy. I think I talked about Gav on the stream before. I told everyone about how I asked him to order me in some models, so he did. And then he called me and said, hello, those models of yours have arrived. And I said, great, I'm on my way down. So I literally got in the car and drove to his shop. And when I got there, he's like, oh, I sold them. So it just got fucking rocks in his head. Anyway, so he sent me a message during the week. Oh, hey, Demo, yeah, I want to come hang out, mate. Let's do some painting. I was like, yeah, cool. What do you want to do? Yeah, I'll come over on the weekend to be mad. I said, fuck yeah, cool. What time do you want to come over? He said, oh, yeah, maybe 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock Saturday. I said, okay, cool. I had a pretty big weekend. It was my birthday and stuff, so I did have a pretty full-on weekend. Gav didn't know it was my birthday. He wasn't catching up with me so he could say happy birthday. He was just in the area and he's like, oh, I'll go see my mate Deno while I'm waiting to do things. So he rocks up, he gives me a call and he's like, hey mate, where are you? I said, well, I'm driving my girlfriend home because it's 11 o'clock. Where are you? He's like, I'm at your house. So you said 1 o'clock, you absolute fuckwit. And he's like, oh yeah, oh sorry mate. I was like, alright, well just give me like 20 minutes to drive back from my girlfriend's house. So I jump in the car, drive home from my girlfriend's house. Gav's sitting out the front. Hey Gav, how you going? It's like 12:30. Yeah, good, mate. So we sit down, we chat painting for a bit. Did you bring any painting stuff? Nah, didn't bring any painting stuff. All right, cool. So then he says to me, oh, what's the time? I said, oh, it's like fucking 1:45. He's like, oh, quick, throw the TV on, the netball's on. I said, what? Yeah, the netball. Because he's a netball coach now. He like coaches netball. He's like, yeah, throw the netball on. I said, alright. So I fucking threw the netball on. Gav sat there watching the netball for 2 hours. While I painted toy soldiers, he was sitting on my couch watching fucking netball while I'm just painting away. And then the netball finished and he's like, oh, awesome, man, good to catch up. I said, yeah, mate, it was good to catch up. He's like, no, I'll come over next weekend. I'll bring my paints for sure. I'll have a paint. I said, all right, mate, yeah, look forward to it. I will put my left nut on the fact that Gavin is not going to come over. He did drink my beer too. He drank a couple of my beers, the fucker. I will put my left nut on the fact that Gavin will not be here this weekend. Ah, Freezy, what do you got for me, mate? What am I singing? So the problem everyone else is going with, they're going with random obscure songs. Freezy knows the way to my heart. He knows the way to my heart. You are my fire, my one desire. Believe when I say I want it that way. And we are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when I say I want it that way. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. How good is that episode of fucking... Is that why you thought of it, Freezy? Because of Brooklyn Nine-Nine? So good. So good. That cracks me up. Ah, good times. Classic hits. Love it. One of your best, Freezy. One of your best. Oh, fuck. Good get. Good get. Yes, a lot of girls. Oh, thanks, which is familiar. That's awesome. No choir, I live in Brisbane, Australia. G'day, Chris P. It's going well today, mate. I'm having a great day. It's Party Monday, as you can see from my shirt. Just a new thing I've invented for tonight's stream, Party Monday. Probably forget about it by next Monday. But yeah, everything's going really well, mate. Had a good day today. Mostly because I was excited about coming home and painting. Fuck, I forgot I sang Whitney Houston. My girlfriend came on the stream the other night. She was like, "Oh yeah, how you going?" And I was a bit shocked to see her. I was like, "Yeah, thanks for coming on the stream." And then she just like was like, "Okay, see ya." She was just trying to creep me out. But I told her about my singing. And she's like, "You're such an idiot." I said, "You should come on and check it out. It's great." And she's like, "I hear you singing enough." I said, "Yeah, fair play." Poor thing. Which is familiar? That's a great question. Practice. Practice, practice, practice. It's all it is. The more you do it, the better it is. And the easier you'll find it. I reckon most people who are struggling probably just don't paint enough. At all. Well, no, Quee, I am actually doing a medieval city of a sort as my next big project, so get excited about that. Alright, let's do some crazy airbrushing shit, friends. Let's do some crazy, crazy shit. I want a bit of red. Yes. I too wish I could pay to skip the hard stuff. Ah, yes. Yeah, the historical crowd does tend to have a very desaturated, realistic colour palette. And yeah, I can understand the transition being difficult. I actually entered a historical piece at Monte Sansovino a few years ago in the historical section. I managed to fuse high contrast with historical palette, I think. So that was fun. But yeah, it's definitely it's a big shift, and I think one of the hardest things to do in life is take something that you are practiced and experienced in, like I've done for a long time in a specific way, and try to do it in a different way. That is like a genuinely hard thing to do, because your brain gets wired to do things in a certain way. No, not at all negative, mate. I do have a super exaggerated style. It's something I'm pretty well known for, actually. Here is a photo that demonstrates what I mean. Stand by. That is a collection of my work from the last 2 and a bit months. So you can see that I tend to go very heavily into crazy shit. Crazy shit is my jam. Yeah, it's interesting, Snickson. I agree with you. In the 90s, we had a lot more people painting historical stuff, and now it seems to be fantasy. And I think that's because historical used to be what drew people into this hobby. And in recent times, the fantasy side of things has obviously taken over with the proliferation of 3D printing and everything. It's, yeah. I'll pull her down because she's just up there. You can have a look at her. No, I didn't do this chick on stream, so zoom out. So yeah, I started with some quite cold colours. I started with all these blues, and I actually just undercoated the model blue. Thought I'd try something new. And so you see, there's a lot of blues in the furs and shit. Little bits of blue everywhere, and then I brought the skin up from blue into like a purpley pink, and then into the pink scheme, and yeah, so the metal's nowhere near as good as I'd like it to be, but I like the skin and the paint stuff a lot. I think it's came out really cool. Just wing it, mate. Here's a denim texture I tried. So that came out pretty cool. This guy I did in 5 hours. I did it on a Saturday. Actually posted all of the work in progress pictures on my Twitter, so you can see how I went about it. I've only been 4 hours actually. I can't remember. But yeah, it's a really neato piece. Fun to paint. Maybe I'll find the link to that tweet for you all friends. There it is. Boom. Boom. There you go. That's the work in progress stuff. So that just stepped through how I did it. The samurai, yeah. Yeah, I said on the stream the other night, I don't think I like it. But I've just regretted too many of the last ones that I've been like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it or not. So I'm gonna buy the fucking thing and then if I do decide I don't like it, I'll sell it, and if I do decide I like it, I'll paint it and I'll have it, because I'm sick of fucking, yeah. I do want to paint more historical stuff this year. But I haven't really picked any models up that I like that fall into historical stuff. I mean, this guy's kind of historical, I guess. Sort of. He's a barbarian dude, but yeah, I want to paint more historical pieces, because we've got a big competition in July, August, called Queensland Model Hobby Expo, and they have lots of different categories. In the last few years, I've tried to enter like lots of different categories just to practice, try stuff. So this year I want to try and enter the diorama category with 3 entries. And then I want to try and enter the fantasy bust, fantasy figure, fantasy unit. I'll just grab some unit from one of my board games or something. But there, I want to do a tank or something this year, like a tank, because I've done historical figure and historical bust recently. But yeah, it'd be cool to do like a tank or an aeroplane or something. We'll see. We'll see how we go. I didn't see that, no. What's the online comp? It's not like last year's thing, is it? Where they... Snickson, there's one manufacturer who does some really neat stuff that I like. The name's RP Models. The model I took over to Monty was one of the RP Models busts, a Boudica bust. She's unreal. Yeah. Which is familiar. Let's do a little walk down memory lane on some of the Black Sun models that Big Deno's painted in his time. He's done a few. I mean, this one is actually a Black Sun model, for starters. What other Black Sun ones have I got up there? Yeah, those are 2 Black Sun ones. Let me grab those down. I'll grab some of these down because I've got some literally sitting up here that I've done. So this is Black Sun. Hey, Alessandro. So that's Black Sun. This is my diorama where I use 2 Black Sun models. I literally have all my models sitting up here. Oh, don't drop this, it's fucking heavy, fucker. That's the Robot Guardian and the Lion from... Oh, this is a fun fact. That's the model that He-Man rides. He-Man's like, what are you doing, you little fuck? What are you doing over here, mate? Fuck you for leaving me. Yeah, this is mine. They do have a couple of places you can buy them in Oz. But yeah. Here you go, Alessandro. I'll give you a quick update on how we're going. So that's He-Man. 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 And Bruenor. Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a diorama of the mentality I had in my mind was Wizard of Oz set in Mad Max, because it's the Wizard of Oz AUZ Australia. Pretty legit. Okay, I've got models flying everywhere here, friends. Hang on a second. Fucking models flying everywhere. I'm gonna get him out of the way. They're not too bad, mate. Like, honestly, I normally buy direct from manufacturers and just get them shipped. But there's a few companies that have started now. Stonebeard Miniatures. He keeps some, that my local hobby shop keeps some on the shelf, so they're pretty good. I buy some of them from them, but a lot of times I just buy direct. Here's where we're at, Alessandro. I'll put everything together so we can have a look, because it is about that time. Cool. So we're going to do some work on Cattibrie next. But let's put her in. In she goes. Oh, thanks, Broadside 83. Same year as me. What? 38 years old. What? Wolfgar, son of Bjorngar. He goes, and there we are, old mate. Absolutely. It was actually my birthday yesterday. My mum and dad took me out for lunch. And they were laughing about how old I am. I was like, you fucking kidding me, dickheads? You're 62 and 61. You chumps. Good eggs, my parents. I like them a lot. Ah, the Pantherino. Get in there, little guy. Oh, thanks. Thank you all. Yeah, and I wasn't saying that so you could all say happy birthday to me. I'm just telling you how old I am. And the answer is old. In goes Drizzt. Oh, this is the first time I put him on, actually. Thank you. And Bruenor goes in like so. Alright, we have a team. So, this is the diorama as it stands right now. How Bruno looks good now, doesn't he? He looks fucking legit. Wolfgar's good. Regis feels like he needs a bit more, doesn't he? Maybe. Just a little bit of lighting there. It's not for a competition. Yeah, he's a bit lost. He's a bit lost. Do you want the real answer, Chum Dabs, or do you want the pretend? Oh yeah, maybe I should turn that up a bit. There you go. See it a bit better. Yeah, mate. I just glued shit to a base. But I have a few things that I look at when I'm putting a base together. Like I was thinking about the eye line of all of the models. So when I bought the models, you think about their eye line, so you want them all looking roughly in the same direction. So with that, you consider their placement based on that. Don't fall off, Cattibrie. Don't fucking do it. Don't ignore me. She's fucking ignoring me. So once I've sort of got an idea about what direction the model should be facing, I then just try and position the models on the base and go, okay, cool, so this guy is going to stand here. He was the first one. I was like, cool, I'm going to put this guy here, so I need to have his arm resting up against something. Here's this shield, by the way, it's going to be here. So then the next thing I did was I thought, okay, well, this is his daughter in the story, his adoptive daughter. So I'm going to put her next to him. And then I had this halfling model comes with the tree. So I was like, cool, I'll put the tree up the top there. And that created this really interesting angle from the tree down. So that was when I was like, cool, I'll put Drizzt on a lower level further down. And obviously the Panther's behind him. And that they just then left Wolfgar up the back. So, but there was a bit of placement of different things and tweaking stuff. This is cork, model railroad cork. These are some bits that I bought from a variety of bits manufacturers. More cork, some bark. This is a cake pillar from a craft shop, and then the rest of it's just like sticks and twigs and rocks. That I've just glued down. So it should look good when we get the snow on there, I think. I'm a bit concerned about the snow being too white and overpowering the piece. So I'm gonna do some tests. Yellow snow. There is going to be some yellow snow actually. Yeah, I reckon I need to add a bit to here. So I think I'll have to artificially increase some contrast there, maybe on his face actually. I really like Bruenor now. I think he looks mad. Thanks, Chum Dab. See you, buddy. And that's the angle that we'll be looking at. So that's the angle Drizzt looks good at. I think he looks pretty good like that. You can definitely see the two swords are different. Swords. They're fucking scimitars. Wolfgar really pops out too, which is cool. So yeah, I need to work on Cattibrie. She's just looking a little bit lost in the middle there. Maybe that works actually. Maybe I don't want it to be a focal point. Yeah, I might just add some more shadows. Her shadow on the wall is going to be cool. I think that'll help. Yeah. Blum blum blum, blum 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 blum, blum blum blum. So yep, I'm hoping we'll have this finished by the weekend. We'll see. Maybe finished by the weekend. Maybe. Hello, friends. It's always a big project, like taking on 5-6 models and putting them on a diorama. It can feel pretty endless sometimes, like you just got more and more stuff, always got stuff to do, constantly. Oh, you gotta do that, oh, you gotta do that, oh, fuck, I gotta do that, that's right. So, sometimes think they're just an exercise in willpower as opposed to any real level of skill. Just being able to have the the mindset to get in there and just keep cracking on. That's a good question, actually. I have no fucking idea what the difference is. No idea. Well, it's not a vignette then. Definitely not a vignette. Alright, I am not quite finished with Bruenor, but I think I'm going to put him aside for the night. He looks really good, so him and Wolfgar look really good. I think Regis looks pretty good, but yeah, we're just going to need to work on him a bit more, I think, to try and elevate him, draw some more focus, maybe make the cloak a bit brighter. Don't really want to do that. There's a few things I can probably do to him, actually. Add a bit more red. Oh, what are you doing, actually? I fucking remember you looking at your thing the other night and going, holy shit, what are you doing, you crazy guy? I feel like I've inspired you, Alessandro. I feel like I'm responsible for this. I'm going to take full credit. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking at. That backdrop you did is so legit, man. Fuck me sideways. You are the man. How does one become as good as you are, mate? Tell me more. I'm excited to know. I'll take that as a win. So good, mate. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. You're so fucking good. I love it, man. Is she summoning them? Is she summoning them? She is she? Nice. I'll tell you a really great example of that, Flickster, with implementing the bass or incorporating the bass off a flat thing. It's sort of, there's a few people been doing it recently, which I absolutely love. But yeah, I saw when I was at Monty a little while back, a gentleman by the name of Alfonso Giraldez did a version of a Hellboy model that had been sculpted for him by Joaquin Palacios. Fuck me, I thought it was not that long ago, but evidently it was a fucking long time ago. Fuck, if you're not on Putty and Paint, friends, like if you're not going and checking that shit out, just get amongst it. It's so great. Some of the shit that people paint is just wild. Who did that? Oh yeah, I like that guy. Oh, there's another one of mine. Fuck yeah, how good's that? Here's me just fucking scrolling through pictures. Come on, Dano. Come on, mate. Find the picture you're looking for. Don't be a dickhead. There it is. I got it. I got it. Stand by, friends. Stand by. It's coming. Oh, all right. Oh yeah, the Andromeda Fame. Was that by Ruben? Who did that? Masculines? No, Flickster, I've got to tell you, mate, I'm not talking about get on there and post your stuff. I'm talking about get on there and just have a fucking look at the models, because it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you don't get feedback on a site like that. That's not a place where you get feedback, and yeah, most of the time people just vote gold when they see someone's name. Like, I'm guilty of it. I see something by Masculines and I'm just like, fucking gold, gold, gold. The guy deserves it, but I don't even look anymore, right? So you don't go on there to get critique and feedback, or measure your painting really on there, because it's just, yeah. But you go on there and look through the editor's choice, and you'll see the absolute primo artists in the industry just doing crazy shit like this. So that tree is, yeah, again, built into the model, and then the sculpting actually goes like 3/4 of the way up the backdrop, the tree, which is just fucking awesome. I saw that at Monty in the flesh. It was better in the flesh. Yeah, Ruben's, was it Ruben who did that, Alessandro? The Andromeda Fame? It was in Editor's Choice. It was recent, so yeah. It was Ruben. Yeah. Oh. That's the angle. That is the angle. I beat you to it. Yeah, look at that. Fuck, I love Ruben too. He's so good. So when I was talking about like how this feels like a really big departure from me, you almost feel like I haven't gone far enough when you see something like this. Hey, like I don't have enough of a tone. Cattibrie's creeping on this. She's like, the fuck are you doing, mate? Fuck you. Love it. Love it. Whew. On your Drax, thanks for the raid, my friend. Sleep well. Thanks, Witches Familiar. Have a good night, mate. Or day. Or morning. Or afternoon. Whatever you do, just make it a good one. are going to be finishing up a little early tonight, friends. I want to play some Spirit Island before I go to bed. I can't remember if I've done a matte, ultra matte. I don't think I have on her. Certainly not in a while. Thanks, Cubzilios. Yes, I'll be there, mate. Sunday morning my time, Saturday night your time. Be there or be square. So people that have read the books can listen into this next bit. If you haven't read the books and you don't want to have anything spoiled, it's going to be a very minor spoiler, don't worry. Cattibrie picks up a magical bow at a point in the story. It's a really awesome bow. It's called Tol Moral the Heartseeker. Great bow. But she doesn't get it until like later book in the series, and this is set, and everyone's like sending me messages. Hey man, don't forget Cattibrie's fucking bow, Tall Moral the Heartseeker. It's the fucking best. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but she's not fucking got it yet, you idiots. So I'm not gonna do it. Suck it up. Yep. I'm not giving her that sword either. Oh, g'day Broadside. Yeah, no, don't pump the AC, mate. I did pump it when I got home from my run this afternoon, but generally I've just got my fan on. Got a little fan just sitting here blowing air onto my face. I find the AC dries out my palate quicker than the humidity does. This is a brush that I started using 2 days ago, friends. Look at this, or whatever, whenever it was, 2 streams ago. What an idiot. What an idiot of a brush. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that touch footy thing in a while. might surprise you to know that was the first time in my life I was punched in the face. Sure many of you would have expected it to have occurred multiple times before then. But no, that was the first time in my mid-20s that I got punched in the face. Yeah, maybe the only time I've been punched in the face, actually. Oh, well, I got socked pretty good, mate. I had a split lip, 2 black eyes. My nose wasn't broken, but it'd be hard to break that bad boy. The weirdest thing though was like, so I smashed the guy, like absolutely cut him in half, and then I got up and I was like, he's learned his lesson. I don't need to punch him. And then he starts laying into me. Cokey. Were you there the night I got... You weren't playing in that team, no. I was going to say, were you there the night I got suspended from touch football for 8 months? Cokey, I played touch football with Cokey. Tell him I was a fucking jet, mate. No one in the chat believes I was a fucking jet. You tell him. Don't dog me here either, Cokey. I'll remember this. Yeah, there was a dude who tried to have a go at touch footy, Randall, but he was just being a dickhead. Thanks, Hans Peterson. No, I think that's really probably one of the only times I've been genuinely, like, angry. I just like playing normally. Like, I like playing sports and having a good time, but that drives me wild. I did have a decent step. Thank you, Kaki. Thanks, mate. Remember that time I scored a try off the tap to put us in the lead in the qualifying final after they just scored and tied up? Was that the game you dislocated your shoulder? Yeah. That was classic. Bang, left foot step. Bang, right foot step. Straight through. That's right. Yeah. One of your best. Was it the Scorpions? Yeah, it was too. Fuck. Man, I haven't thought about that in years, eh? Years. My current girlfriend's never seen me play touch football. You do disbelieve it, Fazoid. Don't pretend, mate, just to try and get brownie points. Alright, so next stream is on Wednesday this week. I'm going to try something a bit different. See you, Chris. Thanks for jumping on, my friend. I'm going to try something a bit different. We're going to start about an hour later, maybe an hour and a half later, on Wednesday night. So we will go from about 8:30 through till about I don't know what's 3 hours on. Like 11, maybe 12. Yeah, we might bring a few saucy stories out. Who knows? Maybe a certain Khal Drogo story that might do the rounds. We'll see anyway. We'll see. Yeah, we'll just try a little bit later. See if that works for me. I don't know if that's better or worse for my American friends. But they might be able to catch the end of the stream, maybe. If they're up early. Who knows? Where are you from, Wamposaurus? Now that I know you're a real person who talks, I feel a bit weirded out, actually. Right. I meant to ask, Coke, you coming to games tomorrow night? Yes, delightful. It's good news. When's the kitchen going to be finished, mate? Nice. All right, we'll lock in games day, mate. Whatever day works for you, I'll be there. Test out the new facilities. Say hi to my kids. Beautiful. Beautiful. Might take a cheeky sickie or two. Play some games. Or just put in for long service leave. We've got like 4 months. He really does, hey. Oh, that's a song I do enjoy singing. But my body's telling me yeah. Great song. Oh, I think I'm actually giving up on Cattibrie. I don't feel like I'm doing any more on her. She's not a central figure in the diorama. Well, I mean, literally she is a central figure in the diorama, but she's not a figure that draws a lot of attention. So I'll probably airbrush some other tones and colours onto her. But I think we'll give her the old heave-ho, call her Dunskies. I reckon a little bit more green back here might look nice, a bit more strong purple. And then I probably want to do something about that rubbish in there, but nobody really is looking at that because she's just stand there like this. But yeah, I'll probably tweak some stuff in there. But she's good. I'm going to do some more work on Regus. A little bit more work on Bruenor. He's just got to get his couple little highlights. So, got to fix his face and his hands, I think. Because one thing that... so I've been painting this guy looking front on because that's the direction of the light. But his angle on the thing is that. So I think what I'm actually going to do is artificially increase the contrast in this spot here. Maybe add some more of the green tones in there so you've got a little bit more saturation as well. And maybe just do a little bit of like tweaking of this sort of stuff here. Bit of tweaking down here. Just so when we're looking at that angle, we get a more interesting looking spot. But I don't think we'll do that next because I feel like I need to get these two dickheads done. Because these two are the two that are the furthest from completion, and this one in particular is a problem. So we'll do him on Wednesday night, I think, friends, and I might do some of him in my quiet time by myself, and I'll do the snow base tomorrow night. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. Cool. All right, friends, champions, legends. Let's go and have a look at whom we can raid. Let's go and have a look at... Shit. Don't listen to yourself talking, you know, that's awful. Browse. Oh. Let's go and look at... Let's raid some ASMR channels. Very good. Alright, what do we got going on here? Oh, Hobby Goblin Joe's live. Do you like that guy? He came in and had a bow peep the other day. What's Nessa Hill doing? Oh, she's doing a Kingdom Death monster. Might have a look at that actually, because I do like raiding new people where I can. Nessa Hill, how are you going?
Por ese sangrío visual.
She's in Spanish and English.
Es que odia las compras y yo soy súper lenta pintando. Soy súper lenta pintando mis cosas.
Nah,
¿vale?
it's hard when they speak a lot of Spanish. I just can't follow it. Ah, indeed you have, W. Walzer. You are tremendously well timed. Here is a Wolfgar, son of Bjorngar to look at whilst I try and find us a stream we can check out. Oh, I think we'll get Hobby Goblin Joe. He's a nice dude.
Like, they have the speed of the skates, but then the proximal source and no joke either, like they smash out big time.
You're all legends, friends. Thank you for joining me tonight's stream.
Next milestone, 7.
I appreciate all of you. This diorama is going to be fucking cool, and we're going to finish it this weekend. Believe, like Bob Ross. Have a great night.
How much like the bigger streamers and stuff help out as well. Like you kind of expect there to be a bit of like competition with other people, but I find that more in like some of the smaller streamers, whereas the bigger people don't mind. Oh my god, Dino! How you doing, buddy? Big Dino is someone I actually subbed to yesterday. I was watching him paint, not him paint, actually. Watching him paint an amazing black sunman suit, designed for all that thing and stuff. And yeah, he was just doing some incredible things with an airbrush. Thank you so much for that raid, my man. That is amazing. How was your stream? Were you knocking down the beers and having a good time with your diorama?
Impressive. 2 points to mine, Shield X25. Everyone check out the Wonders Torpedo. They are amazing and wonderful being they are.
Thank you, buddy. Going well on the diorama. Should we finish this weekend? Bloody hell, that's quick. I do like that 2 Points has decided that rather than using his mod powers to do shoutouts now, he's just using text-to-speech to do it. I can't work out if that's lazy or brilliant. I think it actually takes more effort. But yeah, finished by this weekend, that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't say this in the chat as well, but I meant to say, the fact that you have your, all of your VODs you put up on YouTube as well is brilliant. Like, to go back on there and catch them up is fantastic. Really, really like that. Thank you, Angelo. It was very kind of you. Killing you with that brush slide. Sorry, dude. I just it was more for these bits in between, but then I started going a little bit silly with it. So I guess we should probably move on to doing some of the flesh now. Since I made such a hash of it last night with the airbrush. SU23 Indian Shadow. Just give her airbrushing, just do it. I was trying to like put in some shadow last night, but I'll be honest, I was having a bit of an issue with the airbrush. It kept just like spurting out liquid instead, which was getting annoying. So I had to give it a proper clean down, and then by that point it got to like 11 at night. But I'm still enjoying it, it's really fun. I just think I've got a lot to learn still. Hello Jan, how you doing? Hello Alchemist. All the big names are in there. Takes a lot of practice. Like the actual, like the control of it and stuff, I really enjoy. The bit that I seem to be finding hard is keeping my consistency similar. Like some days I'll have it spot on, and then the next day I use it, it's just all whacked out. Troubleshooting is all you do for